India, Mohammad Shami and Kuldeep Chahal, who's got a very good record in these conditions.
First ball. And a big shout right from the outset. India are in. They're all over Richard Kettleborough. And they're going to have a good long chat about this. This could be a sensational start for India. Do you take the punt? Do you take the punt first ball, or do you leave it? How certain are you? It's a decision by committee. Here we go.
By to director Gavin, we have a review for LBW. The original decision is not out. Can I see the front foot first, please? Thank you. Thank you. That's a fair delivery. You can move to front on, please. Okay, doesn't appear to be any bat there. We'll confirm that with Ultra Edge, please. Thank you. Flat line, keep it moving. Thank you. Flat line as it goes past the bat, so there's no bat involved. Can go to ball tracking when you're ready. Ball tracking coming up now, Richard. Impact is in umpire's call, and it is missing the wickets. So you'll be staying with your decision. You'll be on screen coming up.
New Zealand, and I mean you at home, you can start breathing. And so can Martin Guptill. That would have been his third first ball duck in this tournament. And now, of course, he survives. Is that a turning point? Yes, middle of the bat, Surev. What a start. Take the mic.
You're nervous, Smithy. I can see it. I can see the old gloves and the heart pumping very rightly. That's how it should be. You still feel for your team, whether you play or you don't play. And not a very good review by India. And when you saw it straight away, you felt that it was going down the leg stump. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar brings it into the right-hander. It was leg stumpish and was going further away. Looks a very good surface, isn't it? Not much of movement.
I was here the other day. South Africa played Australia on a pitch 3 across. I think, without doubt, the best batting surface of the World Cup so far. And having just had a quick look at it myself this morning, it looked identical.
Yeah, very good. No foot marks, as some of them must have got used to in this competition with the used pitches being used. But this looks very good. The previous shot from Guptill will give him a lot of confidence. It's a bit of overcast day today. Once again coming back into the right-hander. And how big is missing that review, Ian, especially when India has got 2 spinners?
Well, these guys will be happy about it, I can tell you, Surev. This is the New Zealand side today. It was Guptill and Nichols. Then you've got steady as you like. Kane Williamson, Ross Taylor probably playing his last World Cup. Tom Latham and the all-rounders Neesham, de Grandhomme, Santner, 3 of them. The bowlers Henry, Ferguson and of course Trent Boult.
Very good stuff from Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. He takes it away from the right-hander. No runs yet for New Zealand. It's a tentative start. You expect in a big match, in a big semi-final, he can take that ball away as well. It's not just one way for Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Just feeling for it. Martin Gupta, lack of runs, lack of confidence. But he can change it all today. Head-to-head, India ahead. 55 wins for India, but it counts for nothing today.
Top drawer on the money.
PTCL Unlimited Internet, Digital Quality TV या Crystal Clear Voice Quality Telephone Connection लगवाएं और installation charges पर 40% डिस्काउंट हासिल करें।
First over from Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, and how good he has been in this competition. Jasprit Bumrah, by far the best bowler in this competition so far. Then Indian fans, they've just turned up in every venue. Whether it's London, whether it's Manchester, whether it's Leeds, it's all been blue. Jasprit Bumrah was having a word with Steve Waugh this morning. It's good to see him up front. He was speaking so highly of him.
Two slips, man behind point, cover field mid-off, so orthodox start from Virat Kohli in terms of his planning. And you're right, this is something new for New Zealand. They didn't play Bumrah in the home summer because he was rested from that tour. But he is a champion, and he's become one very quickly.
Great lines, and that's why he's so special. There's no looseness, there's no warm-up deliveries. On the button straight away. Does Virat Kohli need an extra slip? He's got 2 in place. 17 wickets for him in this competition. But he's bowled exceptionally well with the new ball, with the death. Every time his captain has asked him to deliver, he's put his hand up. He'll bowl well to the left-hander Nicholls. 2 slips, 3 fielders on the offside. He'll be looking for the outside edge.
Wow, that went a long way. You know, his economy rate in the first 10 overs is 3.03 in the first 10 overs when batsmen look to go after him with the fielding restrictions. 3.03.
Remarkable. Just moves off the seam, and as it goes to MS Dhoni, just keeps swinging away. It's that sort of a condition, over-8 conditions. Good toss for New Zealand to win, but the fast bowlers will have something in the first 10 overs. Still 2 slips for Virat Kohli.
No run. It's a nervous start.
That's the Indian squad. KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma to open. They pick themselves. Kohli at 3. That's a very strong top order. Young Pant at 4. Big game for Dhoni. Probably his last World Cup. Dinesh Karthik retains his place, and then the all-rounders Pandya and Jadeja, and then the bowlers Bhuvaneshwar, Chahal and Bumrah. So no Shami, no Kuldeep.
He sits and waits, and he hopes it's for a bit longer than it has been lately. He's been in so quickly. Middle of the bat, that'll feel mighty good. Richard Illingworth and Richard Kettleborough are the 2 umpires, so very much an English setup out in the middle.
Yeah, 2 Englishmen standing in his 64th one-day international. Good left-arm spinner, and Richard Kettleborough, a little more experienced.
And an Aussie upstairs, Rod Tucker.
So who will they be supporting, Ian?
Us. I think they will. For 2 reasons. They live closer to us. And the other reason, of course, I think if they got to the final, they'd rather
To be overawed by the Indian fans. But if New Zealand get into the finals, they'll go in with a lot of confidence, so it won't be easy for Australia. But that's a far-fetched story. No runs on the board yet for them, and it's in the last ball of the 2nd over.
Terrific start from India. They are on the money. None.
Subscribe to Netflix through PTCL and enjoy hassle-free payment through your monthly PTCL bill. To subscribe, dial 1218 now.
It's everything you would expect and more. So 2 slips. Still, I just wonder whether Virat Kohli, who was that 2nd slip, is thinking about another catcher. On the evidence that it's just doing a little bit, and it won't be for long.
It's a good delivery. Terrific start from Bhuvaneshwar Kumar as well. There was a lot of questions after his performance against Sri Lanka. But the captain, the management has backed him. He's a very good customer. Terrific head, and he will not let you down. That's a record at Old Trafford. Team batting first wins a lot of games. Average score 323. So as they say, it's a good toss to win for New Zealand. No runs on the board yet for New Zealand.
It's 12 deliveries, 14 deliveries now, of course. Those first 12 are on the money, these two as well. It's a good surface, though. It really is.
Yeah, very good surface. No foot marks. It's hard. It's well rolled in. There's a bit of grass on it. Not green grass, but it's very, very dry. It'll be good for batting. Doesn't matter the overhead conditions.
That was the one Guptill wanted to go past Kumar to get something on the board.
A good thing he's looking to hit the ball straight. And it's none for none after 15 deliveries, but that'll change. Good stuff from Martin Guptill. Just look at that bat flow. Looks to hit to mid, past, mid off, mid on. Looks to play straight, and you got to do that against Bhuvaneshwar Kumar early on. He will swing the ball back into Guptill. Will try to hit the pads. Just keeps picking the fielders. That's what a big match does to you. Semi-final. That's the first appeal, the review, which was turned around. Just gets his front foot in line of the delivery. Yeah, he will be tested. You can see him nervous. You can see him tentative. The front foot just coming in the line of the incoming delivery. He's just got to be careful with that. More of people coming in. It's been a bit difficult for them. The last match against South Africa changed everything around. The Indian fans were getting ready to go to Birmingham, but now they'll have to turn up in Manchester. What a venue this is. It's been high scoring. There has been something for the bowlers, the spinners. We'll find out as the game progresses whether the spinners get help on this surface. New Zealand playing 1, India playing 2. They've looked good, both the New Zealand batsmen. End of the over. 1 run.
आप भी जीते ढेर सारे इनामात डाबर हाजमुला के साथ। अपनी आवाज में कमेंट्री की वीडियो करें अपलोड और हो जाएं शामिल लकी ड्रॉ में।
100% तहफ्फुज़ की जमानत के साथ फास्ट केबल्स नजर आए।
For 1,000 World Cup runs in double quick time. Guptill 24 runs for 1,000. And Ross Taylor 87 for 1,000. I suppose the big question mark is 350 his last or second last game for MS Dhoni. There are rumours around that the great man may well be saying goodbye to this form of the game.
How good is that? 141 kilometers an hour. It's got pace, it's got bounce, and just a little bit of movement into the right-hander. 350 ODI games for a wicket-keeper. That's a remarkable effort. 10,000 runs, a lot of catches, a lot of stumping. Has won the World Cup as captain. What a career for MS Dhoni. What an atmosphere. Good delivery, just pushing Guptill on the back foot. They're giving him nothing to hit on the front foot.
No, it's just been spot on. Apart from getting a wicket, it's been 9, the perfect start. Creating pressure and not letting New Zealand hit gaps, because this outfield is lightning quick. You hit a gap, you'll get runs, big runs, you'll get big numbers. At the moment, it's coming off the bat to the men in blue. Edge and gone. Gone. Guptill's woes continue, and Bumrah has struck an early blow, a vital blow.
Well, how good is that catch? It was a tremendous delivery from Bumrah. It was only a matter of time that he would take one away from the right-hander. But what an effort from the Indian captain. It wasn't easy, it was travelling. He's been terrific in the field, Virat Kohli, this World Cup, on the outfield. Pace, bounce, outside edge, and a great catch. Tremendous catch from the captain. And how good he has been in this World Cup. He strikes again.
Well, for Martin Guptill, it has just been a tournament to forget. And again today he goes 1 for 1. Well, it's just the 4th over, and once again New Zealand find their captain at the crease, Kane Williamson. In a sensational beginning from India. They wanted to bat first, but my goodness, they'll be happy they're bowling right now. Couldn't have been better. New Zealand's champion has arrived, and India's champion fast bowler is in at him straight away. I thought he'd put 3 slips in. He's going to now, Kohli. He has to, on the evidence of that. Has to.
He's had a tremendous World Cup so far. Averages 96 with 200s. He'll need a big innings here. He has to contribute for New Zealand to get into a good position. 481 runs. And he's up against the very best. It's going to be testing times for him. Good captaincy from Kohli, bringing in the extra catching position.
Still can't find a gap. This is a catch. This is some catch. It was tramping.
Yeah, the height and the bounce, and it just manages to hold it with one hand. Gets into good position, an attacking position, and have a look at it. He knows it. It must have stung. It's a cold morning in Manchester. And it's happy times for India. Good start.
They get one, a nervous one at that, but Williamson's underway, and New Zealand are 2 for 1.
PTCL Unlimited Internet, Digital Quality TV या Crystal Clear Voice Quality Telephone Connection लगवाएं और इंस्टॉलेशन चार्जेस पर 40% डिस्काउंट हासिल करें।
It's 9.2 overs. So much on those shoulders, and that of Nichols now. Taylor, Latham, who's been struggling for runs. The all-rounders have played their part, but this is a whole different scenario. Medical treatment actually for Virat Kohli on that hand. Doc's been out a couple of times just to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, just that extra protection. It's cold outside. And that seam hurts, that new ball hurts to the slip fielders. They've come in huge numbers in this competition, dressed in their own way. Young Rishabh Pant on your screen will bat at number 4. Terrific young cricketer. But at the moment, it's complete dominance by India.
We've got problems behind the sight screen. May well be a door or a window causing a reflection. Right, here we go. And New Zealand gets some momentum here. This is the wicket real time, and I mean real quick. There's a long way back there, and that got to him very quickly. The reverse cut, he had to make up his mind at the catching height, get his hands in position, and brilliantly taken, and it just backed up the pressure. That was the thing. Had it gone down, all the good work would have been undone. So even though it's been a tough time for Guptill, India was so pleased to see him on his way, because he can be prolific.
It's been a tough morning for New Zealand. As you very rightly said, they need some momentum, and he did not get any. Appeal of the first delivery, not a great review by India. And you could see a tentative batsman was struggling for runs. And when you're up against Bumrah, you've got to be 100% sure of where you're going. And he wasn't in that case. A lot of deliveries they've hit straight to the fielder. Martin Guptill, Henry Nicholls as well. He's played 9 deliveries, hasn't got off the mark yet. And when you look at Williamson, I know he's been in good form. He's a terrific batsman. Technique's different, but what he manages to do is to put the ball in the gaps. It's pitched on the leg stump. He'll find a way to get past the fielder. Whether it's on the off stump, he'll find a way to get past the point fielder. And that actually takes the pressure off you. Yeah, that's good running. It's very good running. He needs a bit more of that. Get off strike, get the confidence back.
Well, he stole one there. He stole one, because that just went off the surface of the pitch. Just rolled off there. Only a matter of 5 or 6 meters away.
How good Williamson was. He was wide awake. Hasn't been a very good World Cup for him. But he's a good cricketer, a good player. Hopefully he will come back very quickly.
It's a sad sight, really, because he knows that, you know, he's not delivered. And it's a reflective sight, but, you know, it pretty much sums it up. And there's not a lot you can say to a bloke. To be fair, you put your arm around him and say, don't worry, it'll come, but he'll never take that.
But that happens. That's pretty normal. You know, when you've been such a successful player in the shorter format of the game for the country, you've got tremendous self-belief, self-respect, and when it doesn't work, that's how you feel. You value your position in the team, and Martin Guptill does. Just starting to hit the gaps, New Zealand. We'll come back for the second. It's a quick outfield.
PTCL Unlimited Internet, Digital Quality TV या Crystal Clear Voice Quality Telephone Connection लगवाएं और Installation Charge
Taylor due next. He's been in early too often as well. Latham, Neesham, de Gronholm, Santner. 3 slips. Jasprit Bumrah is on fire.
That's a right angle for Williamson, the 3rd slip. Felt he was a bit wider the previous over.
Well, for Kane Williamson, it's an honour and a privilege to be at this stage of the tournament.
It's an outstanding occasion, and it's a real privilege to be a part of, really. It's been a fantastic tournament so far. Really proud of the way the guys have held themselves to this point. But at the end of the day, we're going to focus on the cricket that we want to play and try and hang our hat on that.
He's got to play some cricket now. A lot of good cricket for the next 30 or 40 overs.
He gets into good positions as a batsman. Look how late he plays, how close he gets to the ball, and that's why he's been successful. Similar conditions back home in New Zealand, so they're used to the ball seaming around, moving around. But having said that, you still need to have the good technique, and he has it. A former New Zealand batsman, the Marshall brothers, one of them.
Without Kane Williamson, New Zealand certainly wouldn't be here. He's been outstanding and accepted responsibility throughout this tournament. 485 runs is daylight back to Ross Taylor, and the others that have chipped in a wee bit. Martin Guptill 166. He got most of those, or a lot of those, in the very first game when New Zealand chased down 137 against Sri Lanka without losing a wicket, and everyone thought, hello, this is going to be good from Guptill's point of view. And then he just found ways to get out. 2 first ball ducks, he stood on his stumps, he dragged a wide on. It just hasn't happened. That it's not for the lack of hard work for Guptill and for Williamson for that matter. It's a drill that he just has time after time after time. He never gets bored hitting cricket balls.
And you see the best doing that. Hopefully we'll show Virat Kohli at the nets at some stage in the same intensity. The best in the world try and achieve perfection. It's Kane Williamson and Jasprit Bumrah as well.
Well, Bumrah's a revelation to me. I mean, I'm seeing him bowl live for the first time. I've seen him on television. I've seen him in various competitions. I watched what he did to Australia in Australia. It's just amazing. And it's not an action you can say to your son, bowl like this. It's so unique. So unique.
Yeah, very natural. He's so strong. Very strong boy. And we'll talk about it. 8 for 1 after 6.
आप भी जीते ढेर सारे इनामात डाबर हाजमुला के साथ। अपनी आवाज में कमेंट्री की वीडियो करें अपलोड और हो जाएं शामिल लकी ड्रॉ में।
100% तहफ्फुज की जमानत के साथ फास्ट केबल्स नजर आए।
And it's all shoulder and body. Very good follow through. Very natural. So much effort in his last try. 18 wickets for him in this competition, the most for an Indian bowler, and not surprised. Mohammad Shami not playing in this game. 14 wickets has been a little bit different at the end overs, and that's why Bhuvaneshwar Kumar has played ahead of him.
So just gone a little wider, Kohli. He's more a fourth slip than a second slip. And the reason for that is that's where Williamson likes to get runs or accumulate runs intentionally. He wants to cut that angle off. He wants to be there in Williamson's thoughts.
Very wide slips. You'll see that happen more often as the ball gets older, because it'll travel a lot squarer. No boundaries yet for New Zealand. It's 37 deliveries and not a single delivery has gone to the fence. That's how good India has been. That's how much pressure they have put on the New Zealand batsmen.
This one, B1 either. It's a terrific bit of fielding from Jadeja initially. He cut that down to 1 until the misfield.
That's also one of the reasons he plays ahead of the leg spinner Kuldeep, because he's outstanding in that area. We saw that against Sri Lanka when Bumrah was bowling to the left-hand batsman, stopped so many singles, and then ultimately Bumrah got the batsman out, Karunaratne out, and he'll do exactly that. Terrific cricketer. The dive, but just doesn't get the hands down in time. He'll bowl, he'll bat, he'll field. He's so plus in that area. It's a very good fielding unit, India. That's the surface today. The groundsman working very hard on it. Very nice, very well rolled, hard. You can see the bounce of Jasprit Bumrah early on when he got the wicket of Guptill. So it'll be good for batting.
Well, he made up for the misfield.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. That's the reason he's in the side. He's so good in that area. Probably saved the boundary. It's Williamson's favourite hitting zone. And the left-handed Jadeja is very quick. That's gone to his normal side, the left side. He's a left-hander, picks up and throws left-handed as well. But he's such a plus. Change in field for Virat Kohli, goes into that gully. Yeah, that's a good position to be in. The ball has travelled in the air in that area. Williamson on the back foot, on the front foot, just behind square. He goes further behind, and that's a catching area. He's done very well as a captain this competition. The best I've seen him captain. Looked a lot relaxed on the field. Has been on the money.
Dinky little field placing here. Got a short point, really. He's gone in there himself. He's taken himself out of slip and he's shifted Rohit Sharma wide, and that is the reason why he can trust Kumar to bowl that line and see how long Williamson can resist playing. It is really good captaincy. Homework done overtime.
That's the New Zealand team. Taylor, Latham, Neesham and Grandham to follow. They can all bat. Santner can bat as well in at number 8. But they need someone to get a big score. It's been Williamson in this competition. Can he do it again, or will someone stand up? It hasn't been Guptill this time.
He just looks a bit ill at ease. He gave something to umpire Richard Ellingworth. Richard Ellingworth went and put it under one of the 30-yard circle markers. I'd like to know what it was. He's called to the dressing room for something as well, Williamson. Just not settled, and neither New Zealand. They can't break the shackles.
PTCL Unlimited Internet, Digital Quality TV या Crystal Clear Voice Quality Telephone Connection लगवाएं और इंस्टॉलेशन चार्जेस पर 40% डिस्काउंट हासिल करें।
Well, New Zealand won the toss, but India have won the first 7 overs clearly, and that's why their fans are delighted. 10 for 1. It's been so hard for New Zealand to get anything going, and Guptill has gone. Mark Nicholas is in the commentary box now alongside Sanjay Mandrake.
And he's safe just. Henry Nicholls has been unable to make head or tail of the Indian attack, particularly the accuracy of it. I don't think the ball's zipped around much, but I think you get very tense in the shoulders, determined to occupy the crease, and you forget about your attacking game. There have been opportunities with some balls over pitch that haven't been taken, and more confident players. The Finch-Warner partnership, the Roy Bairstow partnership, the Rohit Sharma KL Rahul partnership, who might have climbed in. Still, we are where we are, 11 for 1 into the 8th. Bumrah bowling with great power, I'd call it. He really hits the bat hard as anybody I remember, actually. He's at a good pace, around 146, bangs it into the surface.
Just love the length that the Indian seamers have bowled to Kane Williamson, because that is where you need to be. He loves to just hang back in the crease, give himself more time, play the ball late. So that was Bumrah. This is last ball, last over. Draw him forward. That's where you can get him. If the ball moves, you can see he's not quite there. He loves to hang back. There's been no movement in the pitch. We've seen that right through the tournament. Very few surfaces we've seen sideways movement. And that's why this is hard to understand from New Zealand, that in 7.2 overs, just got 12 runs on the board. Are they respecting the bowler rather than the ball?
It's very hard to explain why it feels to the batsman if the ball hurries off the surface. Some bowlers, the ball comes slower off the surface and you're comfortable against them, and others, it just spits at you.
If you've been following the coverage through the tournament, we've seen Bumrah's release point as well. Mark, you've also seen that he releases the ball much later than most seamers, so it tends to hurry at you a little more.
Yeah, that's the brilliant use of the wrist, allowing that to happen. Ends up being a couple. Quite a quick outfield, by the way. Very quick across this square, the old pitches. And then it's as tightly cut, the grass on this outfield, as, well, actually more tightly cut than anywhere I've seen throughout the tournament. It's become a great theatre. And thankfully, most of the Indian fans that must have worried about tickets, because, of course, they'd all bought into the idea of Edgbaston. I don't know about most, but a lot have got here anyway. And there is a typically Indian feel with enthusiasm echoing around Old Trafford. Right, Bumrah to bowl round the wicket. Oh, that's a good one. He's got a few to nip off the seam at real pace.
We're talking about the pitch not doing much, but this ball really jagged off the surface. It was such a good ball. It doesn't get a wicket for it. Look at that, off the seam. And swings more as it reaches the keeper. And that too coming round the wicket. That's an unplayable delivery.
Absolutely, because the angles are just extreme. Wide of the crease, in at you, and only has to hold its line, never mind actually zip away, and you feel like it's a leg break. The best move made by Henry Nicholls and the best stroke played in the match so far. Brilliant. 18 for 1.
It's fun actually watching Jasprit Bumrah, because he's just been hit for a boundary. After that, he actually tells you what he was thinking. So he wanted to go full, but he felt that he was just a bit too close to the batsman. He wanted to encourage the drive, but that ball was just under his eyes. He wanted to go wider, so he was gesturing. Should have been a little wider. So every ball well thought out from Jasprit Bumrah. But on that occasion, got no movement at all from the pitch.
Subscribe to Netflix through PTCL and enjoy hassle-free payment through your monthly PTCL bill. To subscribe, dial 1218 now.
Point, deep gully, orthodox cover point. 4 men in a very small region. Square behind and just in front of square on the offside. And that'll be Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's line, and it'll be consistent. Don't worry about that. One thing he is consistent.
And that's why that fielder that we have at short point is for that exact reason. So the ploy from India is going to be to get it up there on the off stump, encourage him to drive off the front foot, because he loves to hang back. And they're just hoping that he's slightly late on the ball, and thereby the ball stays in the air long enough for Virat Kohli to lunge at it. So that's the plan. and it's a good one.
Not too straight, not by much. Watch this run away. That's what I mean by a fast outfield. Just a little nudge down the ground.
The last week covering matches in Leeds and Edgbaston before that, it seemed like the subcontinental conditions with the outfield and the pitch. The pitch is a little more English, but the outfield remains Indian. That's lightning quick. That's like an Indian outfield there. No chance for Chahal.
Williamson is organised. Minimal amount of movement, but a tendency to be in the right place for the right ball. The straight drive was a good example. No great exaggerated stride into it, but he held his body shape, held his left side and his left elbow in charge of the shot. Sits quite deep in the crease to start with. Always has that little flex of his legs, not as exaggerated as Alan Borders used to be. He's perhaps the biggest flexor as the bowler runs in that I've seen of those knees. It was Borders' own trigger, if you like, but Williamson's so well organised.
Yeah, loves to stay back, so he's a little different from most modern-day batsmen who love to get forward. You'll see Virat Kohli stand outside the crease, wanted to get onto the front foot. He's vintage, Kane Williamson.
Yes, Williamson and Joe Root, the other one, who comfortable on the back foot.
And also that boundary that he hit, would have made a mental note of it, how quickly it traveled to the rope. And I guess that also will come into the equation, because I've never seen an outfield quicker than the one that we've seen today. And for touch players like Kane Williamson, this is just great news. All he has to do is that. He's just pushed at the ball. It's a firm push. He's got 4 runs for it. He'll feel nice about that aspect.
Nice fielding. Hardik Pandya is a great.
आप भी जीते ढेर सारे इनामात डाबर हाजमुला के साथ। अपनी आवाज में कमेंट्री की वीडियो करें अपलोड और हो जाएं शामिल लकी ड्रॉ में।
100% तहफ्फुज़ की जमानत के साथ फास्ट केबल्स नजर आए।
Ross Taylor, really, how New Zealand would love him to score runs today. Been off colour these past weeks. Tom Latham, Jimmy Neesham's played well. Colin de Granholm. They're the core of this New Zealand batting. Ross Taylor's one of the few players who goes big as well. You know, if he gets in, he'll very rarely gives it away at 80 or 90 or even 105. He goes on and gets you 120s and 30s. And, I mean, I know that's a long, long way off yet, but what I'm saying is he has the mental capacity for a big and important innings. Hardik Pandya for the first time today, lively medium fast, and improved during the tournament. Changes of pace and understanding of length have made him a much more difficult opponent than he was as a beginner.
It's a good runner between wickets. Oh, this could be close. Now makes it in time, as quick as we said, between the wickets. Now Hardik Pandya has been a revelation with the ball for me. Just watch the running again of Kane Williamson. This is something that batsmen who collect runs have to do. Yeah, ICC One Day International ranking 54. This is in this tournament. Well, let's have a look at this. This is brilliant. Always intent on the second, pressure on the fielder as well. Maybe just inside. So this pitch and the conditions that we have today, so just a word on Hardik Pandya. Oh, careful. It's all set for the second. There was Nichols there and Kane Williamson not interested at all. So quickly on Hardik Pandya, I mean, he's just been outstanding with his seam bowling, which has been a bit of a revelation for a lot of people who thought he might be more the batting all-rounder. He's played a few cameos, but he's completed his 10 overs 4 times in the tournament. But on pitches that have been dry and slow, he's used the slow, sort of loopy, short ball to, you know, be economical, wicket-taking as well. So this is a completely different pitch. So this is a new challenge for Hardik Pandya. And that's why I thought Kedar Jadhav could have been used by India in this game to just be a cover for Pandya.
Just a quick word about that run you saw. Sanjay was highlighting the speed. As he touches his bat in, that must get across the line, and it just about did. Had it not done so, the umpire would have signalled 1 short. And for those not close followers of cricket, 1 short, obviously you lose the run, but is signalled by the umpire rather theatrically touching the top of his shoulder with his fingers, curling his arm. One of the old traditions of cricket. I mentioned in the opening segment of the show, our preview show this morning, that these captains have met before in a World Cup final, the under-19 ICC World Cup final, 11 years ago. Looking a little different, playing a little different. In fact, Williamson looks so fresh, it's barely believable. Kohli, of course, has changed his shape, but he was the one who held the trophy that way by a margin of 3 wickets on a famous day for young Indian cricketers.
So yes, when you were playing that little footage and talking about that game, I was at the toss with the 2 captains, and I actually told them that's what they're running at the moment. And Virat actually was told by somebody he actually got Kane Williamson out in that tournament. And that game that we just saw there, New Zealand 205 for 8 in their 50 overs, Williamson getting 37, India 191 for 7, winning by the Duckworth Lewis.
When he was told, wasn't he, that he got Williamson out, he looked, he said, did I? He said, I'm not sure that'll happen tomorrow.
True.
Little bit of relief, if we call it that, at the moment for New Zealand, just because Hardik Pandya is not pinpoint accurate in the way of the previous 2. I think they'll just be so relieved not to have lost another wicket here. Williamson knows that early inroads, the first 10 overs has been so crucial in this World Cup. Early inroads have invariably cost games, and breakaways from opening batsmen have set up victories. Watch that first power play. Well, only 1 ball remains of it. Well, that's 10 overs gone then, 27 for 1.
PTCL Unlimited Internet, Digital Quality TV या Crystal Clear Voice Quality Telephone Connection लगवाएं और इंस्टॉलेशन चार्जेस पर 40% डिस्काउंट हासिल करें।
One of the coolest, calmest players going around. See being out by a finger as big as that.